You have probably never thought of your property as a wildlife preserve representing the last chance we have to sustain plants and animals that were once common throughout the U.S. But that is exactly the role our suburban and urban landscapes are now playing. Excerpt from Douglas Ptolemy's article, A Call for Backward Biodiversity. My claim is that it is our role as individuals to create and maintain native wildlife sanctuaries in whatever parcel of land we call home. Most people believe natives to be dull. What they don't understand is that most of what they see are native grasses and shrubs. Our native flowers are just as beautiful as any readily available exotic flowers that you'll see in nurseries. Susan Van Otte, author of the Southern California Native Flower Garden states, environmentally sensitive design does not require sacrifice or discomfort, and is a more authentic and thoughtful way to live. By designing gardens with plants that are adapted to our surroundings, we can obtain the same beauty without the need of excess water, chemical fertilizers, amendments, pesticides, and pruning. Non-natives are also creating a huge problem with our pollinators. The current pollinator crisis is relevant to everyone. 1 out of every 3 bites that we eat requires insect pollination. 80% of our plants cannot produce seeds without insect pollination and would become extinct without the pollinators. Statistic by Jim Kessler, native plant restorationalist. He also states, honeybees, native bees, and other native pollinators are declining because of the lack of native wildflowers available to supply the nectar that they need to stay healthy. Widely used pesticides are also insect neurotoxins that are especially deadly to bees. The solution to this crisis is to plant local flowers and to keep them free of pesticides. These same exotic plants that are hurting pollinator populations and require large amounts of pesticides are also becoming invasive species that are killing off large amounts of our native wildlife. A report from the World Wildlife Fund stated that the world's vertebrate wildlife animals have declined 52% during the last 40 years. Many of these species will become extinct without the restoration of our native plants that provide their food and shelter. Jim Kessler testifies that by planting natives in public spaces, we can reverse this decline. Douglas Ptolemy, University of Delaware's professor and chair of the Department of Entomology and Wildlife Ecology, has found more than 3,400 species of alien plants have invaded over 200 million acres of the U.S. He has also discovered that we humans have taken 95% of nature in the U.S. and made it unnatural. Studies have shown that slight increases in the native plants on suburban properties raise the number of indigenous animals in the surrounding area. As stewards of our land, we have never been so empowered to help save biodiversity from extinction, and the need to do so has never been so great. All we need to do is plant native plants.
Nicole,